Alright, what's up guys, Daily here from Team Lunax, and today, well I guess a couple days ago now, I ended up getting third place at a 40 plus person cash charity tournament, playing Spright. I played 4 Snake Eye, or sorry, 3 Snake Eye, 1 Pearly, 1 Spright Mirror, and then 1 Labyrinth. The only deck I lost to was Labyrinth. I felt like that was probably my hardest matchup, so I kind of expected to lose to it. It didn't help that they opened Arias to Roman Cannon twice, but you know, sometimes they just have it. I probably could have played better around those cards, honestly, if I thought about it. But I was like, I didn't feel like those cards were unbeatable, so it was a weird situation. But the deck actually worked out pretty well. I really liked it. No complaints other than I probably could have played better in the lab matchup, but I just haven't experienced it enough, especially trying to play through Arias to Daruma twice. So yeah, it is what it is. Let's get into the deck, and I'll kind of show you guys how my list works and how I think this is arguably one of the best lists for the deck currently. I think a lot of people are playing unnecessary cards or too much. I think if you just play really well, you can win every matchup as it is anyways. Just your end boards are probably the strongest in terms of making negates compared to all the decks. So yeah, let's get into it. First off, we played 3 blue. We'll spin them around. Why not? So we played 3 blue, 3 jet, 2 turret, 2 red, 3 starter, 1 Damaburst, 1 Smashers for actual Spright cards. I think this is all you need. I think Pixies is playable. I do think you want to see 2 of these. These are just extenders, but not only extenders, they're end board pieces, and they can change your combo lines, make them stronger than what they normally would be. So I actually like playing these because their utility is just too strong, and you definitely want to see at least one of them, so that way you can get the other one, so you can do both and get set up. So I was really comfortable playing 2. It does feel awkward sometimes if you draw 2, but the odds of that happening are so low, especially because I played 44 cards. As for Jet and Blue, you just have to play them. I think Pixies is probably playable. I debated it, and I think I had it in my list originally, but I was already at 44, and I didn't want to go all the way to 45. I felt like that would mess with my ratios more than I wanted it to, and I didn't really miss it at all. There's a couple times it would have been nice, versus Pearly specifically. That card's insane and super free because a blue will now punch over it. So if you just set up a negator, you pick apart the rest of the board. It's usually just game over. After that, triple starter. This is your best set. You have to play 3. 1 Smashers. 1 Smashers, 1 Damaburst, Mandatories. This is just the utility. I like this to help Floodgates, especially against the Runic matchup. You really want to have this. And I didn't have space in my side deck for it, so I felt like mining it was fine, because drawing your coins second is good, drawing your coins first is good. I never felt bad about having this card in my hand, except for the time I bricked and drew no Spright cards or no frogs or anglers, so it felt good. As for double cross, I don't think you need it. I lose a lot of die rolls. I don't like playing strictly drawing first cards. I think it's high impact, but even when I set it in, I didn't always search it, because searching starter is just better most of the time, because you need it to either get to blue to extend more, and you want to make Toad because it gives you more recovery than setting the double cross does. And if you can go double cross Toad, you're guaranteed to win. But game 1 especially should win that game anyways if you're able to get to double cross Toad. So yeah, because Smasher's Toad is almost equally as powerful. It's not as powerful for sure, but it's almost there. So yeah, I just felt like it was fine, or I would just search another starter in place of it anyways. It didn't really matter. The water cards, 3 Beaver, 2 Angler, 3 Swap. Pretty standard there, nothing too crazy. It's this is the new engine for it. The deck, it helps you make Toad. Basically, you just go swap, send Mirror Mage. Mirror Mage searches a spell card, you revive. I wanted to play 44 and go a little above 40 because I was playing kind of this bricky card in my deck, and I was also playing Smashers. So I thought 44 was a good amount to where I could still play a strong enough hand trap lineup that I could play well into the meta. But I didn't have to lower my consistency down too much. So as for hand traps, I played a more hand trap centric build. I think it's better into Snake Eye, which is the deck I was prepared for the most. So triple Ash, triple Veiler, triple Imperm, triple Mourner, or double Mourner. This is the optimal hand trap lineup in my opinion into that deck if you want to still have other coverage options. Finally, 2 Ogre. This card actually was better than I thought it would be. I drew it a lot, and it was actually just strong every time I drew it. So no complaints here. Card's nice. Even into the Snake Eye matchup, there's a couple times if they only open Bonfire, or they only open Away to Poplar, Ghoster is a really nice secondary hand trap because you can turn off one of their lines. And then after that, I played 3 Fenrir. The idea here is that this is just a powerful card. I didn't really draw it as much as I was hoping to kind of see how powerful it was, and I was winning games without it. But definitely the couple times I drew it, I felt pretty good, so I think you keep it still. I might cut it down to 41 to just get more consistency, but I don't really have any complaints. Fenrir is a nice utility card. 2 talents, 1 called by. I like this ratio, just in general. I think 3 is too much. I know people are like, well, you want to see it. You do want to see it. You just really don't want to see 2 of it, so yeah, that's kind of how my feelings are on it. And then the one called by because it's like good utility for just every matchup. I think there's like, you can hit like the Flamberge and Grave effect or the Princess effect, and then you have like Labyrinth where like hitting this to like remove the thing, removing their monster is really strong, and just general hand trap utility. Or other matchups where it's good, like in the mirror, taking your opponent, or like hitting your opponent's toe is really nice. For the rest of the deck, or I guess for the extra deck now, these are the cards I didn't make at all. You don't really need to. I feel like I would have rather had more like Sprints, more Little Knights, and more Gigantics, or even like some other abstract options like Rank 4 stuff. I almost thought about like the Melty package actually, instead of these would have been pretty solid. The reason you don't make these is because they're kind of really like rare like utility. This is only good if they have Master and Graveyard. These cards are really good in like the other build, where like we have like more ways to like extend them. I just didn't feel like I needed them at all. Azalea kind of covers Phoenix Spot, which I played instead, and Pit Knight is just like, if you draw like super insane, but even then, like, I think conserving resources is almost better than like, even the Pit Knight doesn't add that much to the board. It's just decent. Cards I actually made: Azalea, Little Knight, Mask, Sprint. I want to play 2 of these. This card's broken. Even like going second, it helps break boards. So like you can use it to help break boards, and you have like other cards to send with it. Right? I actually wish I would have played more of this card. Because you can send the Second Beaver if you never saw it. Or you can even, if you didn't get a way to swap Frog turn 1, you can send the Mirror Mage, and it's just an extender there. So yeah. I really like Sprint. I think it's better, especially its bounce effect comes up when you're trying to crack boards too, and it's also just a good defensive tool now, especially because we have Toad. So you always have materials. And if you go like Sprint and Gigantic, or like Sprint and then Gigantic underneath it, it's a disruption that also functions as a way to like crack the board more. So I think 2 Sprints where I'm going to go from now on. Mask, Little Knight, need no explaining, is like the best of 2s. And then finally, Azalea. This card's really nice. The idea behind this is that it's pretty easy to like load spells in your graveyard between like talents, and like usually you'll have 2 starters plus the freeze chains if they clear your board. This card works really well because it can clear a card and also gives you a battle phase, and like also lets you still have your battle phase to like kill them. So you can like pop a card, clear another card, and then just kill them. So I thought it came up, and I made it like 3 times, so it wasn't too bad all day. Finally, Extra Z monsters, 2 Gigantic. I should have played 3 of this card. This card's broken. Basically, just on those follow-up turns you really wanted, especially because this deck plays a little bit higher Sprite count. 1 Toad. Card's broken. It feels so strong when you make it. Just something swap from the deck to give you an extra body for like your Red and Carrot, or for your like mass lines, giving you recovery and nimble, and also stealing your card. Card's broken. 1 Djinn Buster. Its utility, honestly, it comes up a fair bit. I made it multiple times because like it helps you protects you from hand traps. And if they like really your Gigantic, you can still get nibbed if you didn't go Carrot. So this is just like a guaranteed way to like do your combo line first. If I open Nimble Beaver, I make this a lot of the time. If I open Nimble Beaver plus blue, this is what I make most of the time, because it like secures your lines more. Because you can go Carrot plus this, and you have 2 ways to negate hand trap interruptions. Like Imperm's really scary, so it's nice. 1 Onibimaru. 1 Mosquito. These are just kind of standard. These are like your battle phase XYZs. This helps you lethal through some weird stuff, and it's just it's just free removal basically. 1 Downward, 1 Zeus. Nothing too crazy there. I think those are pretty standard. I don't know if the downward's needed. It's okay with Mosquito, but I just don't get it that often. Mosquito feels worse right now because of all the hand traps in the format. So it's still fine. I think you still should play it because like double Zeus is really strong. I had a couple line games where like I made that and my opponent couldn't recover because there's a double Zeus on the board. So even though they had like 1 playable in hand and like an extender, you can still just Zeus the board and win. For the side deck, triple nib. This is more Snake Eye hit. Triple Bell, so I could have more, or double Bell, so I could play like into the Labyrinth matchup better. This could have been nib too, or it could have been Crow too. That might have been even better, but it's fine. It was also, I guess this is also for Ostinato. He's gonna way to stop it. 1 Feather Duster, 2 Lightning Storm, 2 Cyclone, or Spell and Trap. Lightning Storm's also just nice going second into Snake Eye, because what my game plan was post side is to side into Breakers against Snake Eye. Because I felt like they're all going to play Crosshead against me pretty much, right? Like every one of them's on Crosshead, every one of them's on Call, everyone's on Talent, some are even on Thrust now. I was like, okay, well, rather than like playing more hand traps and having more low impact hand traps, instead I mixed it up, because even if I don't break the full board, they are never going to hand trap this deck out, because this deck just has infinite extenders basically. So as long as you open like Beaver or Blue, you basically just go through the board like cake. Or you just go through hand traps like cake. So if you can just like force all the interrupts out and then play your Spright cards, you just win. Last card, Double Cross. It's searchable. I felt like it would be pretty strong. I actually never resolved it because the games where you put it in most of the times when I was going first. I had 2 out, I think 4 out of my 6 opponents for the tournament, so it didn't really matter. So I only got to go first like once or twice, and it just didn't. Searching starter felt better in most of those games, to be honest. So yeah, it's probably strong. But it really feels like if everything goes perfectly well, this just helps secure your board more, rather than like just a good utility card. But yeah, that's the deck profile. Spright feels really good right now. I've been waiting for this. I think I've been talking in group chat about this Mirror Mage combo for a long time. I think I think since the leaks like 10 months ago, I've been like, yeah, bro, we're gonna make Totega and this deck's gonna meet fire, and it is. I honestly felt really in command in every matchup. I knew lab would be hard, and I played the lab matchup bad because I don't have experience with it with this deck, and you have to play kind of weird. But it's hard to play through a Riot Stirring Moon, kind of no matter what deck you're playing right now, so it is what it is. Anyway, so if you guys enjoyed the profile, if you did, remember to subscribe, check out the channel for more content. I'm trying to get posting shorts like regularly too, so you guys can check those out. Check out the Team Moonax stuff, and yeah, I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Peace out.